Hey guys, greetings red and black fans. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're just arriving, I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down here, turn on notifications and the bell, and leave that cool like on the video. We're here thanks to Haroldo's Caravan. Remember, you can secure your spot at Flamengo's games with Haroldo's Caravan. Also, tickets to Maracana games, reception services. And also, man, for the away game against Corinthians, you can travel with Caravana do Haroldo, which never lets you down. I also want to remind you that you can right now get your insurance in Florida with AIP Florida, the most awarded insurance broker in Florida will choose the best insurance options for you. Contact AIP Florida right now. And if you want to have your house in Florida, want to learn more, want to talk to a very professional person, man, an amazing person who provides the best after-sales service, the best customer service, she is amazing. Vivi Homes Orlando, contact her and she will show you the best options. If you want to dollarize your assets, you can invest in Florida. Get to know Vivi Homes Orlando right now. Man, it's really windy here. We're also here to remind you that you can lose weight in a healthy way or take care of your hair. My hair is already much fuller. It used to be really thin, right? And we've been doing treatment with Mais Cabello for a long time now. You can check out Mais Cabello right now, as well as the Mais Slim program. I'm going to leave the Mais Cabello QR code here for you to check out, okay? It's the leader in the segment in Brazil, and there's always a Mais Cabello near you, wherever you are in Brazil. We're here now bringing transfer market updates. Samuel Lino, Bruno Henrique spoke out. Was he talking about Raiza Simplicio's information? No. The information I have is that what bothered him is another situation that we're going to bring here now on the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. Look, I'm going to play the intro, okay? Play it, Pikachu. And before bringing the Flamengo news, I want to invite you to follow. Man, I'm going to show you and tell you what happened. And I want to ask for help from each of you. If 30, 40, or 50,000 people watch this video and can go to Instagram and follow our friend Jessica, who even works in partnership with us. Man, you guys know who she is, right? Check this out. I'll show you guys here. Jessica, by the way, with BH. Look at that, right? The bot, I don't know what happened, took down her Instagram account. It took it down without any explanation. It doesn't let her access it anymore, and she can't even access it from her phone anymore. It took down her Instagram, which was her source of income, her work. It's unbelievable. She didn't do anything. She did a dance in her outfit after the game against Botafogo. I don't know if it was a report. I don't know what it was. Guys, they took down the Instagram of a girl who was just doing her job. And I want to ask you, who are here to follow her? Jessica in 8119. 8119. Look here, okay? 8119. Jessica RN, it's here. Jessica RN 81. Jessica RN 8119. If you can go there, follow, it will help a lot, man. It will help a lot. So we can grow her page again. If we're lucky, we might reach 500,000 followers. I don't remember how many she had, but it's really important that you guys help Jessica right now. I'm going to do a collab on Instagram too. You'll find it more easily. Come on, let's show some support because it was really mean, right? Look, that's just mean. Check this out.
For you all, what I'm going through, how this moment without Instagram has been, but like it's all just speculation. I'm going to tell you what I think might be happening. I made that little dance video, the 3-0 scoreboard one. It's a video that everyone makes. Everyone does it. Jokes, teasing, and stuff. And I got messages from some Botafogo fans saying that the video blew up, went viral, and all that. Just like the Libertadores one when they were eliminated, I posted the dance. This time I posted it again. They messaged me saying that my video was in Botafogo groups. So, what do I think happened? People got annoyed. They went to my video. They mass reported it. They probably agreed to report my video. And in that,
But that doesn't always work.
that had never happened to me before. Never, guys, never really. And like, it's really desperate for someone who works with social media.
For sure. Hey, Jessica, look, the guys are going. I'll tell the guys to go there now. Follow, help out. I'll put it in the next video too. So if you're here and see it again, don't complain because I'm going to say it. I'll ask the guys to go there and help out. Guys, it's unbelievable, but let's help. Let's help Jessica out. So let's go. Look, we're going to start right away here bringing information about Bruno Henrique. The player spoke out on social media after, right? The news about his contract renewal, okay? He confirmed the meeting that's going to happen with Flamengo, the exclusive information we brought that Flamengo would meet with Bruno Henrique that Boto had scheduled already with Bruno Henrique's agent, Dennis Ricardo, and with the player, a meeting to decide on the renewal of Flamengo's forward. In fact, we were talking on Placar that it will be really good for us to see Bruno Henrique playing again in a system. Yeah, that is interesting for him. We know that Bruno Henrique does really well playing the way Samuel Lino has been playing, right? So with Leonardo Jardim, Bruno Henrique has the chance to get back to playing in great style in the attack, okay? And Bruno Henrique, which is very likely, this is even information from Bruno Lemos, who works with Mauro Santana, that Bruno Henrique probably won't be listed for the game against... Now, Flamengo is going to play against Remo. He might recover in time for the game against Corinthians, okay? And Bruno Henrique posted on Twitter, on the former Twitter, now X, saying the following. The meeting with my agent, the staff hasn't even happened yet, and people are already saying things. Let's watch out for this fake news, huh? And Diogo Dantas from Jornal Extra replied to Bruno Henrique right away. He replied to BH. The journalist from Jornal Globo, Diogo Dantas, replied to BH, okay? He said the following, everything in its time, BH. And the article from Jornal Extra, Flamengo plans to talk with Bruno Henrique and is considering a contract renewal. The forward is in his contract's final year and is likely to stay. We know that he wants to stay. We've even mentioned here before that he didn't want to end his time at Flamengo at the end of 2019. He also wasn't considering retirement, despite what many people were saying. Flamengo's management intends to talk with the striker and his representative to give the idol respectful treatment in his last year of contract. The idea is to renew the player's contract for one more season. He's 35 years old. If not, pay the proper tributes. We also shared that information here on the channel. And what bothered Bruno Henrique was the article from Globo by Diogo Dantas. It was exactly this part of the article that bothered him. As one of the highest paid players on Flamengo's roster, BH would inevitably have to accept a pay cut, just like other idols at the end of their cycle in recent years. This season, the player has scored 2 goals and is a substitute. My wish, my desire is to finish here at Flamengo. I know that moment is coming. Anyway, to play this last year with Flamengo and maybe hang up my boots. That's what Bruno Henrique said after the 2025 Brazilian Championship title, but he changed his mind. He wants to keep playing. But here's the thing, guys. What bothered him isn't that Flamengo wants him to take a pay cut, or the fact Raiza brought up that he likely wouldn't accept a salary reduction. What bothered him was the information. The news that came out saying he had one of the highest salaries on the team. His staff and the player have understood for a long time, 3 years, that his salary hasn't been adjusted. When he renewed his contract, even Palmeiras wanted to sign Bruno Henrique. So we're bringing this to you. Look, I'm going to share the information here. Look, a source close to Bruno Henrique says that Flamengo has been saying behind the scenes that they would agree to renew with BH for one more season, but he would need to lower his salary because supposedly he has one of the highest salaries on the team. Actually, even people close to Bruno Henrique understand this, but it's just one journalist or another saying it, yeah, that he has one of the highest salaries on the team. Okay? Actually, the player staff says that he doesn't have one of the highest salaries. His salary has basically stayed the same for almost 3 years. Okay? Yeah. After that, the club signed Samuel Lino, Jorginho, Danilo, Alexandre, and Paqueta. They renewed with Arrascaeta. All of them make a lot more than Bruno Henrique. Some even make more than double. That's the situation, okay? Yeah. So, the idea is obviously to sit down and discuss a renewal, but not in the form of a significant pay cut. That's not an option. And even Bruno Henrique's staff understands that Flamengo won't try to significantly reduce his salary. Why? Because the player already has a lower salary compared to other players who were signed and renewed, right? Yeah. Oh, look, he's a player who's considered an idol. Flamengo wants to keep him for another year. Yeah. Now, to significantly reduce it, at least that's what sources close to the player are saying. It wouldn't make sense, okay? It wouldn't make sense. Bruno Henrique, what upset him was the report that came out saying he had one of the highest salaries on the team, okay? Yeah. And obviously, right, the information from Raiza, people think that Bruno Henrique is denying Raiza Simplicio, but actually, no. He's upset about this issue. With Raiza Simplicio, actually, the information is correct that he wouldn't accept it. He didn't have to accept it. Lowering it, especially because you can't really lower the salary of someone who's already earning much less than the most recent signings and renewals. That's what we have to say. Now, obviously, the fans are going to give their opinion. They're going to understand what's best. As for what they think is best for Flamengo, some fans will think Flamengo should renew. I even understand because I want to see Bruno Henrique work in Leonardo Jardim's system in the new setup, and I think he can perform much better than the way he was being used with Felipe, right? Even playing as a number 9. So I honestly think there will be a lot of people give Bruno Henrique about 5 games, and at least there will already be a lot of people saying, look, Bruno Henrique is back. We have to renew Bruno Henrique's contract for 2 more years. Listen to me. Many players at 37 or 38 are still playing very well, okay? Man, then they'll say Paparazzo is a Bruno Henrique fanboy. Fine, I'm a fan of Bruno Henrique. I'm a fan of Bruno Henrique. For me, he's a special player. Periods. Look, I'm bringing some important news here from the transfer market as well. Samuel Lino, who was rumored to be going to Benfica, has made his decision and doesn't want to leave Flamengo in the current situation. He's very happy there. With Leonardo Jardim's arrival and the opportunities he's getting, including what he's been able to do in the last few games, right? He's extremely satisfied. He's under contract until 2025. His name was linked to Benfica for the next transfer window, but apparently he wants to stay at Flamengo and even believes in a return to the Brazilian national team. It's very hard to make it to the World Cup. There probably isn't enough time anymore, unfortunately. But Samuel Lino, who's being targeted by European football to return to European football. He has pleased Leonardo Jardim and has also been happy with the opportunities he has received. And he's not considering leaving Flamengo at the moment. This information was we received this information, but it was also reported by Vene Casagrande. So he remains at Flamengo. The forward has been performing well, especially against Botafogo. So the situation made him think that he can still turn things around at Flamengo, and he wants to stay. He has played 45 matches, scored 7 goals, and provided 9 assists. He, the player, and his staff believe that the numbers are interesting and can grow, double, or even triple. And they believe that the player is adapting and will still soar at Flamengo. Many fans have noticed Lino's qualities in recent matches, realizing that he can indeed turn things around, especially since he was a very expensive signing. The change in the coaching staff also changed the striker's status a bit. Felipe was also counting on him, but Felipe's system wasn't helping Samuel Lino very much. And then, we know that Flamengo should prioritize signing a striker. We even mentioned that unlike Felipe, Marcos Leonardo excites Leonardo Jardim, his namesake Leonardo Jardim. And there's the situation where Al Hilal is considering a possible negotiation for the player. It's about registration in the league over there, all those things. And there's also the issue of the conflict zone that Flamengo is evaluating. So we know that Samuel Lino is happy with this new phase at Flamengo. He's confident about making a comeback. And it's very unlikely that he would think about leaving Flamengo at this moment. If a really good offer comes in, Flamengo will consider it. But Flamengo as well, talking to a source close to the board, they understand that it's unlikely at this moment, before he enters a good phase, that an offer will come in that exceeds the amount Flamengo paid. So Flamengo won't want to negotiate, and the player also at this moment wants to improve and increase his value. That's it. Please follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe, turn on notifications, and like the video. Red and black regards. This is Flamengo. Thanks.